Hey
Hey
guys,
guys, welcome back. So my name is Nasir. I have an experience of 3 years in network security domain. Let's continue with installation of eveng in the VMware Workstation. We last time saw how you can install VMware from the official website, and what is the virtualization, what are the hypervisors, what are the types of hypervisors. So in this video, we'll be discussing how you can download the eveng and how you can install it in the VMware. So let me quickly share my screen. Go to the Chrome and let me close all other tabs. I'll say download eveng for Windows. It's taking me to the official website of the eveng. And what I need is I need the free EU community edition, and there it goes. You have two links. One is eveng Pro full ISO megameter, and the other one is the direct link. Let me choose this one. Okay, there it goes. Let it download. Oh, it's 3 GB. The file is downloaded now. What I can do now is I will go to the VMware Workstation, and here I say file, and then I say new virtual machine. And here I say custom advanced, and then I click on next. I just leave it on default. I don't want to do anything with this. The moment I click next, I'll say that I'm gonna install the operating system later, but here I need to call that ISO file which I just downloaded. So it should be here. Okay, there it goes. It. Okay, now I say I'll install the operating system later and click on next. And here, since EU runs on Ubuntu, right, it is basically Linux based, so I'm gonna keep it as Linux, and then version is Ubuntu. I can maybe keep it Ubuntu 64-bit, right, and then I click on next. I can name it eveng here, then I click on next. And I'll make it 4 processors, and then click on next. Let me maybe give it 8 GB for now, so it should be 8192, and then I click on next. And here I'm gonna use the NAT adapter. It's like I give the guest operating system access to the host computer, which is the host operating system. For example, the VMware is actually running on the Windows, this particular Windows machine. So in that way, my Windows becomes the host operating system or host computer, and everything that actually runs in the VMware, for example, EU, which I'm right now installing, becomes the guest operating system. So the moment I keep this option here, it says that I'm gonna give the guest operating system, which is EU, access to the host computer, which is Windows, right? So that it can externally connect to the Ethernet network, right? Using my own IP address, which is this particular computer's IP address. So I'm going to click on next. I will keep the logic as it is and click on next. And then it says virtual disk type. I'm going to keep it SCSI. It also says that this is the recommended one. And then I say that, okay, you can go ahead and create a new virtual disk. Let me make it 200, shouldn't matter here. And then at the same time, I say you can store virtual disk as a single file. And then I click on next. Here, this is a disk file. I'll keep it as it is. And then I click on next. There it goes. So before finishing here, so this is the really important stuff here. I'm gonna come here, customize hardware. And here what I do is I go to the processors first. I'm gonna check this icon here, Virtualized Intel VT-x CPT or AMD. And then what I do is I come to the CD DVD. I'm going to say that, okay, I'm using the ISO file here. And now I come here and choose this file here. Okay, once this is done, what I'll say is I close this and say, check it once more. So I chosen this option here. Okay, and I have this one in place as well. So I close this and then I say finish. All right. So this is the eveng virtual machine now. Now what I'm gonna do is I will just turn it on. So this is the power button. I'll just hit it and it should turn on now. It says you're running this virtual machine with side channel mitigations enabled. Side channel mitigations provide enhanced security but also lower performance. That's all right. I'm gonna click OK. Okay, if I click on yes. Oh, so this is the error that I was expecting. It says VMware Workstation does not support nested virtualization on this host. Failed to start the virtual machine. Now, here what we need to do is I'll just go here and come to core isolation. Maybe let me just check the system info. So I say MS info 32 and then hit enter. I want to see if there is virtualization based security running. Okay, this is running and it will not let me to run all those platforms where I need the virtualization. So this is the reason why it actually throws that error. So what I'm going to do first is I'll come here and then say core isolation. And here I'm going to turn off the memory integrity. It says this change requires you to restart your device. So I need to restart my device and then I will come back. Alright guys, so I just restarted my machine now. What I will do is I'll just try to check if disabling the memory integrity actually helped me with disabling the virtualization based security. If I come here, now it says it's not enabled. So hopefully we should be able to run the VMware now and also the eveng in there. Okay, so here it goes. I'll just try to turn this on now. Okay, it says install eveng community. I'll say enter. I hit enter here. Okay, now it shows the language. I'll just hit enter and I'm gonna keep it the default. So I say done and it's still running something here. It says, are you sure you want to continue? There's a small warning. Selecting continue below will begin the insertion process and result in the loss of data on the disk selected to be formatted. Okay. Okay. I can see that it just rebooted once again. All right. So there you go with the prompt of the eveng. Alright, so it's taking me to this prompt now. What I will do is to type alt. So it's asking me to type the root password. I'll type EVE. Not sure if it's showing that or not. Okay, there is something. Direct connection. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's still doing something. Okay, one more reboot. All right, I see the IP now. And now if I hit enter and type root, ew, will it take the password? Okay, there you go. So this is the IP address of my EU. If I do IPA, I see that 192.168.85.128 is the IP address. Now if I go to the browser and try to type it, this is the Chrome. I'll say HTTP 192.168.85.128. So it is 85.128. Taking me here, and here you need to put the admin password as admin and yeah, so this is where to basically create the lab. You can come here and name any lab. I name it test lab A, save it, and then you come here where you can right click at the nodes. We're going to see how we can import the nodes here. For example, firewall, switches, routers, and a lot of things. And also, if you want to bring a network here, you can call a network as well. For example, a lot of networks here, and management cloud is a NAT adapter that will let you to get out of this lab and go to the internet, because we already discussed that this particular cloud is the NAT cloud for this EU, and what it does is it is linked with the VMnet 8, and VMnet 8 is basically something that gets installed with the VMware, and that one is actually directly linked with the any of the active physical adapters. So if you want to get out of the UNG and say that I want to go to internet, right? So what basically happens is, if we try to demonstrate that, I'll go to the paint. Okay. Okay, there you go. So this is your PC, right? Or let me make it this way. Yeah, so if this is the area of your AUNG, right? This itself is present in VMware. I'm going to call this eveng, and this one is your VMware, and VMware itself is present. Oh, okay. VMware itself is present on the PC, right? So this is your Windows. So what basically happens is you have here the management cloud 0, right? It will always take .2 IP address. In my case, since I have the subnet, if I go to the VMware, I come here and then I go to edit. I go to virtual network editor. So for my NAT cloud, it has the subnet 192.168.85.0. If I go to the NAT, my gateway IP stands 192.168.85.2, right? So I'm gonna come here, and this should be then 192.168.85.2, right? And this is actually linked with the VMnet 8, right? And VMnet 8 in that case has IP 192.168.85.1, and I can show you that as well if I come here. Okay, let me just right click in the Wi-Fi icon. It says network and internet settings, or maybe let me just check it from the control panel. So if I go to the control panel, I come here, and then I'm gonna keep it small icons. I have to go to the adapter settings. I can find them. Okay, here, programs and features, Windows features on off. No, not here. Network and sharing settings is where I actually want to go. And then here I go to change adapter settings. My whole point is I want to see what is the IP address of VMnet 8. If I right click here, I go to properties. I want to see what is the IP address here. This is the TCP IPv4. I click on properties. It says it has taken the IP address automatically, so I might not be able to check it here. What I'll do is we cancel this, come here, I go to network and internet settings. Okay, and there you go. So you get to advanced network settings, and you can see VMnet here as well. And if I want to check the additional properties, you can see it has the IP address 192.168.85.1. So that's the reason I was saying that it's linked with the NAT adapter, which is the management cloud 0 of eveng. That management cloud 0 will always take the IP.2, and it's linked with the VMnet 8, which has the IP 85.1. And on top of that, what basically happens is this VMnet 8 is linked with your active adapter of host OS or your computer. And this one should be, if you're connected with the wireless, it will be wireless adapter, right? Or if you're connected with Ethernet, then this will be Ethernet, right? So this is what happens basically. And generally what happens is this one later on, I mean, since your PC, it could be via the cable, or it can be via the Wi-Fi. You're connected with a router, which is your home router, right? And this basically takes you to the internet. So this is the whole packet flow you can see for the eveng, and this is how the nodes will actually communicate. So everything that's in the eveng will actually get the IP address. It will always be 192.168.85 range, right? And if you wanna go to the internet, you always need to go via the management cloud 0, because management cloud 0 is linked with the VMnet 8. What is VMnet 8? VMnet 8 is an adapter that gets installed with the VMware package, right? And then your VMnet 8 is actually directly linked with the active adapter of your host operating system, which is your computer, right? And then your active adapter is connected with the router, which actually takes you to the internet via the public IP, right? So this is what happens here. Yeah, so that's it. I guess we're done with this. Thank you so much for staying. Please take care.